Good. I guess we can start where some of your other teammates left off, and that is both Rizzo and Bryant talked about the ability to walk into Jed's office and talk about anything right now. Do you have that same experience available to you? And if so, have you started any conversations with him yet?
Not at this moment, but we've been talking for, I think for the past 2 or 3 spring trainings. Obviously I'm willing to sit with them and listen. Obviously I want to stay here. We won here. I've been here 10 years now, and obviously they know what I can do. The fans is another thing. The city, that everybody knows how it runs when it comes to the sport, especially baseball. And obviously we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going to happen this spring training. Obviously I'm focused on the team, and trying to get the best out of me, and to be ready for the season.
As a follow-up to that, did the Tatis contract itself change any thinking in your camp, or change everybody's overall thinking about what shortstops should get as a free agent?
Obviously that's great for him. You know, I don't think nobody's gonna say no to 340. But obviously he's still young. He's one of the best guys out there. Obviously he was smart about it. But I really don't compare my career with other shortstop or other teams. I mean, other players. I know there's a lot of them, that are gonna be free agent this year. But I play my game, and I just let my game talk. But obviously I'm grateful for Tatis and his contract.
Javi, last year you were a really big advocate of having video in the game, and how much that affected you. I'm curious, when you found out this year that video is going to be back, how excited were you for that?
Really excited. Last year, man, I don't want to talk about last year, but it was frustrating to me, to a lot of players. But it was 2 months. It was 2 months of baseball that I felt in a rush. I felt like I didn't have time to make adjustments. And I'm not the guy that shows you everything we got, everything I got in the first half. I can have a bad half or a decent first half, and then my second half I can make the first half disappear. And we didn't have that. I didn't have that trust in me. And you know, I was ready. I was not mentally ready for what happened last year. But I always like to compete, and I always to bet on myself that I can get better every day. But last year, offensively was tough for me, and this year that we got the video, I got the confidence that it's gonna be great for me.
Javi, building off that, what level of excitement are you at to come into this year? Hopefully it's a full spring training and 162, based off of last year, is there an extra level of feeling amped or excited to just get going with all that?
For sure, yeah. Really happy that we're gonna have way more games now. And you know I'm just trying to get used to these new guys that we have, trying to get everybody together. This spring training, there's a lot of new faces that we gotta learn and get to know the guys. But yeah, I mean, obviously we'll see what happens when the game starts in Chicago, and we'll see obviously how many fans are going to be allowed in the field.
Javi, speaking of that, how real was the impact of not having the fans and the energy for you as an emotional player to feed off of?
Oh, it was the worst, to be honest. It was the worst. It was worse than facing a pitcher in spring training in the backfield. To be honest, I didn't like it at all. We didn't have the privacy in our dugout to help whoever was throwing a second or whoever was hitting, or details that we help each other. We couldn't do it because the other team had everything. But like I said before, it was the same thing for both team, and that's my excuse, but obviously it's not something that we got to take away from because it was the same for everybody.
Javi, back to your contract situation. Did the pandemic really put a halt to any conversations last year? It seemed like maybe you were further along than other guys. Did that really hurt the situation with you?
We like I say, we talk about it every spring training. We didn't ever talk about numbers, but we had a good conversation about the stuff that I can do, the stuff that I'm willing to do, and the stuff that the plan that I have for the future. Obviously, like I said, I want to stay here. I don't want to play for another team. And just to know the way that our fans show us, the love and the way that I win here. Obviously I don't want to go anywhere.
Hey, Javi, a follow-up to that. When you look at the possible shortstop free agent class that's coming up with a ton of all-star talent that's at the end of their current contracts, how does that influence any decision you might make when you're in talks on a possible extension?
Like I say, I don't really compare what one can do and what other can do, but when you talk about myself, the fans love me because the way I play defense, and if I can get better on my offense, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the same level of everybody or, one of the top three or whatever. But to me, that's not the case. To me, it's about staying healthy, and at the end of my career, we just let the numbers talk, not the money.
But does it make a difference to you, like when you look at the possibility of becoming a free agent? Does it make it a little tougher to look at that possibility compared to maybe getting an extension done?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna let my game talk, and I think we a shortstop, and I don't want to go anywhere, but there's 29 more teams that I'm pretty sure not all of them are gonna sign with their teams that are right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where we end up this spring training or during the season. We'll see.
Javi, this is I think your 11th year in the organization. Can you explain how much the Cubs have changed during that time and why it's important for you to stay, why you value kind of staying here for an even longer period of time?
Yeah, for sure. I think they know me enough. They know me well. They know the type of leader that I am with the other leaders, and they know I want to win. We already won, but we didn't sleep on that, but we like are hungry kind of like slowed down, and I can feel it, coming back up with everybody wants to, do good and get whoever's right next to you better, which is a huge team for us. Jay and Rizzo and KB are moving around to make sure everybody, in the same page.
Last year, Javi, your defense got better, even though your offense struggled. Do you take a lot of pride in the fact that you can concentrate on one and the other, and that at this point, do you consider yourself the best shortstop in baseball defensively, with all humbleness aside?
Like I had this conversation with Lindor in the past, I think in the last spring training, about taking ground balls and how many ground balls would I miss, and out of 100, I told him none. Like I wasn't trying to miss one, and he said, "Nah, you're gonna miss one." I say, "I'm not counting with it," but I think it's the confidence on you. Depends how you look at the game. Depends how many times you want the ball hit to you. But yeah, like I said, the other fans know me because of my defense, not my offense. Last year it was hard. Rossi, we were on the same page. Everybody knew I was struggling. I never took that to my defense, and it was the whole year. It wasn't just some of the game. It was the whole year. I wasn't taking my offense to my defense, and I was just playing, competing, and at the same time just knowing that it was gonna be tough for me. But still I had to compete.
Javy, you talked about the. Go ahead, Maddie.
Thank you. Javy, when you say that you feel that hunger coming back up with this team, when did that really building start? And why do you think that is happening now?
To me, my personal opinion, after we won, and then 17 we played the baseball classic, I did the body issue. To me, I kind of got away from baseball, mentally got away from baseball, because all this stuff that we did, it had the fans or people, family, seeing me different ways, seeing me as an actor, as a rapper, as a something, and like it was like, Javy, can you do a video for this? Javy, can you do this? Can you do? And I kind of got away from that and from baseball because I was kind of scared. I wanted to play baseball, and like people are not seeing me as a baseball player. So that's why I kind of didn't get away from it, but I wasn't into baseball. I wasn't trying to get better every day. I was playing because my talent. And these past 2 years, which last year was bad for me, I was into it. I was into baseball, and that's why it was so frustrating. But now that I'm into it again, and like I know that we're gonna struggle, but at the same time we gotta get better and make adjustments. I got more confidence in me, and I'm letting the game teach me what I can do.
Javy, you mentioned feeling more hunger to win, or that maybe some of that was lost and now you're getting it back. This is the first time in a while no one's really expecting you guys to go out and win a division and compete for a World Series championship. How do you feel like you guys will respond to that kind of difference in expectations?
Well, the way that fans see the game, that they see that we didn't make any move or we didn't sign a big guy or whatever. We got people here, trust me. We got the talent, we got the pitching, we got the hitting, we got everything. We just got to put it together. Like when we did in 16, like first inning, we were playing defense. The other team scored 6 runs, 7 runs, whatever. We're gonna have that chance too. And that's the feeling that we want to have as a team. Not just me being selfish or whatever. I can go 4 for 4, and if we lost by 1, then I should be mad about it and just not happy because my numbers.
Javy, a lot of guys, once spring training's over, they want to concentrate on the season and no more contract talk. Are you that way? Do you want to see what you can do this spring training and then stop, or are you willing to talk all season long?
we're probably gonna have a deadline, but I don't like to play with that pressure, which I'm always saying that I don't play with pressure, but it's always there. I always try to to keep it away, but we're probably gonna have a deadline. We'll see what happens, where we are in the conversation. But obviously I want to stay here.
Javy, you were talking about last year that you weren't mentally ready to deal with the offensive struggles that you had. So I'm curious, after going through last season, what you learned and how that's going to make you better than now moving forward, just having gone through last season and the struggles.
To be honest, for me, last year was trust. I lost the trust of myself not being ready. So I felt the pitchers wasn't ready enough to just for me to sit on a curveball, and when the guy was throwing 97, and a lot of teams, their plan against me is first pitch up and in, and throwing 97, it's hard to sit on a slider when they're not trying to throw the ball over the plate, but for me it was the trust. I think obviously hit by a pitch is part of the game, and if it's on purpose, you can tell and you see. But the way that I felt that pitchers wasn't ready, that changed my approach. That changed the way I was seeing the game. And not having the video, I couldn't see what I was doing. So it was worse. But like I say, I talked to Rossi about it. You know, he before he moved me to the down the lineup, we were talking about it weeks before. And as soon as he told me, I was like, you need to do it now because I'm struggling and like I'm helping the team, but not there. You know, I was sitting forward and I wasn't really helping. So we moved down to 7, and you know, I didn't really get better, but it helped better as a team.
Javi, how nice was the off season to kind of reset? I know you had another son, and it seemed like you were a little more relaxed in the off season back in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you know, it was still pretty hard with the pandemic over there, but yeah, I have more time with my family. I'm having more time with my kids. Well, with the other, the other one is, you know, I'm trying to get used to, you know, waking up every at any moment, but everything's going great, and you know, I'm happy with the family and the way everything is going.
Do you have anything else for Javi?
Yeah, Javi, what was your reaction when, you know, you learned that Darvish was traded? I mean, were you concerned at all about, you know, what else could happen in terms of the team and especially the offensive group continuing into the season? And so were you surprised by what transpired in the offseason?
You know, obviously we love Darvish here and Tini. You know, he was one of our best pitchers, but you know, we still got some prospect and some good players from over there. Now we gotta beat them and we gotta compete against them. So you know, I was surprised that he was gone and Caratini too, because you know, we were really close with both, but you know, obviously we're sending goodbyes over there and good luck over there for them.
Hey, Jason, can I get a question in Spanish for Javi?
Of course.
Javi, dime cómo vas a enfrentar esta nueva temporada sabiendo que va a ser obviamente con más partidos. ¿Qué tan emocionado estás de iniciar la campaña?
Pues fíjate, de verdad, súper emocionado primero porque vamos a jugar, hasta ahora jugaremos todos los juegos. Y pues depende de cómo sean los fanáticos, cómo sea la energía de cada estadio, pues será mi motivación por lo menos cuando juego defensa y en la ofensa, pues obviamente estoy tratando de mejorar mi zona de strike.
Y una más rapidito, tu año de contrato, ¿cómo vas a también enfrentar esta situación? ¿Vas a tener un tiempo límite para hablar con la directiva sobre tu nuevo contrato o vas a tener una fecha límite?
Sí, creo que tendremos una fecha límite, pero creo que no hemos llegado a un acuerdo de una fecha, pero obviamente con lo del año pasado que no pudimos, ¿sabe?, trabajar bastante bien, ellos pues, obviamente me quieren ver como en donde yo estoy y lo más seguro le demos un poco de tiempo durante la temporada para ver cómo yo empiezo y ellos deciden lo que quieran hacer.